we have become friends with just doing the neighborly things, like having bonfires, parties, or hanging out with our kids, decided to do what we all need to be doing. Now looking back, I can see how God had a plan for us, and I just didn't see it at that time. We have 2 kids, Lane, who is 15, and Corbin, who is 11. After Lane was born, Melissa and I would toss around the idea of attending church. But between our lifestyle, our jobs, and our different friends, we just didn't make the move. And Corbin was born, and the conversation about church became a bit more often and a bit more serious. You see, I was raised in a Catholic environment until I joined the Navy, so I felt like I was in the right path for salvation. I knew God, but I didn't have a personal relation with him. Now, Melissa, on the other hand, was raised in a Catholic environment, but only as far as being Christian at birth, and had attended church a few times. So between the little knowledge that I had and the questions that Melissa had, there were a lot that I couldn't answer. God put Mark and Hope McDonald in front of us at the right time and at the right spot. God really knows what he's doing when he puts a plan in front of us, and he puts us right in the middle of the plan. Hope and Mark knew nothing about our desire to trying to start going to church, but shared with us one Saturday night when we were just chilling by the bonfire that they needed to call it an early night because they had church in the morning. Then they asked us the question, did you guys go to church? Of course, our answer was no. But it led into a short conversation about where they go, how long have they been going, what time is the service, how long is the service. and they also mentioned Sunday school. And then that was the end of our conversation with a quick, would you like to go with us tomorrow? Our answer was no. It was late, the kids had to get up early, wouldn't get enough sleep, basically excuse after excuse, anything they could come up with. I was a little skeptical. I was afraid I was going to have to change my lifestyle to start going to church. But one conversation opened the door for Melissa to ask questions. Like I said, there were a lot of them. And then she needed an answer. But don't be afraid. These questions are not questions that you need the Bible to answer. They're simple questions that anyone who has been saved and attend church could answer. They didn't have to look anywhere in the Bible to answer this question. Melissa and I continue having a conversation like, is this the right time? Do we have the right clothes to wear to church? Will we fit in? Will the kid be okay, without us when we're in church or in song? A few more weeks, and we had a couple more questions and a couple more invitations that we turned down. But Hope and Mark were persistent. Not annoying, because they love us. Sorry, allergies. So we finally joined them for service in Sunday school. I will never forget that first day we came in. Mr. Duke was greeting us at the front door at the Welcome Center, as he usually does. He was very friendly, inviting. He was very friendly, inviting, and as we walked through the doors, it was overwhelming. I felt like I was out. This was April 2008, and my wife and I were baptized here, right there, on my son's birthday in July of 2000, on July 5th. Still got 3 more pages, so just fast forward 11 years. Not only have my wife and I been baptized here, but both of our sons have been saved and baptized here. Both of our sons attended preschool here, graduated from kindergarten here. Great program. My wife has worked for the preschool for 10 years. We have served in different ministries here, and we also are proud to call London Bridge Baptist our home. Let me remind you though, that was God. He was in control this whole time of everything that was going to happen, working through Hope and Mark And also Mr. Duke at the front door, Bill Stern in the nursery room, Robin Corbin, 4 hours, because he cried a lot. Jeff and Stacy Miller, Laney Love, who were teachers in our Sunday school class on their 3-year-old program. Sorry. All right, here you go. Get it together. All right, this is the good part. So that on 3 days that we came in, Pastor Greg was the preaching up here for those 3 first Sundays, because Pastor Tommy was on a mission trip. Those 3 Sundays, God put him, Pastor Greg, here for a purpose. I felt like every sermon he was speaking to me. I was sitting right over there. As I turned around to Mark and I said to him, really, you put me up to this. You see, Pastor Greg was sharing to us a story about his own neighbor that he was also invited to church. Some sweet old lady that he was mowing the lawn and carrying her groceries in for her. You know, we have a house next to us. She was mowing my lawn. Shoot, I lost my car. All right. I've been very fortunate to have a church and a pastor and a Sunday school leader again. Amen. Who accepted me for who I am. Goofy, rough around the edges, and someone who loves the Lord. I guess at this time, it's time to say thank you. Thank you for being a part of God's plan. For me and my family and listening when He called on you. I may only be able to recite a scripture or 2 from the Bible to our neighbors and to you, but I can share all the times that God has been a part of my life and my decisions for me and my family in the past 11 years. 2 Corinthians 5:7, walk by faith, not by sight. I wear it on my back. Please, if you have not shared the good Lord, anything with your neighbors, or the good news with your neighbors, you need to walk out of here today praying for it and start loving on your neighbors. Thank you for your time.